Get ready to learn how to play Eclipse. In Eclipse, you pick a human or alien civilization, you explore the area around you, you settle planets, you expand your empire, and you compete to dominate the universe. The first thing you do is you pick up a human or an alien race. Humans are all the same. Aliens have unique attributes. They have different upgrades for your ships. You've got technology to research. You have 3 different resources. You've got gold, science, and material. You have different actions, 6 different actions to choose from, and as you choose them you have to use influence tokens, and eventually you'll start spending money. So you're going to want your starting tile for your race. You have your ships that you put aside, all of these. Then you're going to want to put these influence tokens all in here. You're going to want to put 3 aside. You're going to have 3 extras, in fact. You want to put all of these on your little boxes and fill it all the way up. Then you're going to put 3 tokens that would normally be right here and put them on your starting tile. So once you've got all those set up, you're going to grab these 3 tokens and put them on the corresponding spots on the side right here. These little indicators. So this is like your revenue. This right here was going to be how much you make every round. You take these off when you colonize more hexes. And this is like your bank. This is how much you currently have and are able to spend. Once you start putting these tokens down, as you take actions, you put them on the corresponding spots, you're going to start losing money at the end of the round. If you do too many actions and you're losing too much than your revenue and your bank has, then you're going to go bankrupt and lose influence tokens that you use to colonize hexes. So this is what a 2-player board will look like from the start. In the middle you've got your galactic center. It's always going to be the same. So on the galactic center is a discover tile. Discover tiles will give you victory points or resources or technologies. There's also the ship that guards it. The way round works is everyone takes 1 action at a time until everyone decides they don't want to take any more actions, and then the round ends and the next round begins. I'm going to show you what you can do with every action. So the first thing you usually want to do in your first turn is explore a new hex. So since I'm moving to here, I'm going to explore closer to the galactic center. The closer to the galactic center, more valuable the hex will be. So right here I will put a number 2 hex. If I were to explore on the inner rim of the galactic center, I would take a number 1 hex. So right here all I've got is a science planet. Since I took an action, I'm going to take one of these influence tokens and put it on explore. And then I can choose to colonize right here. So I'll take another influence token right here, and I'll go right here. And since I don't have advanced science, I can't take both of these spots, but I can take 1. So I take 1 token from my science slot and put it right here. So now I'm making 4 science a turn instead of 3. And then it's the next person's turn. And since I colonize 1 spot, I take 1 of my 3 colonizing tokens and flip it upside down, and I have 2 more left. The next action you can take is build ships and structures. Your ships and structures are right here. These 3, the Interceptor, the Cruiser, and the Dreadnought, are all ships. This one is a starbase and can't move. You've got different attributes of your ship. You've got your cannons. You've also got the source. Different parts of your ship will have numbers right here. If they exceed that source number, then the ship cannot move or function. This is initiative. The ships with the higher initiatives in battles will shoot first. As you research technologies, you can decide to upgrade your ships and put them on these different spots. So if I were to want to build a ship, I only have 3 material. So I'm going to spend 3 resources view material to take an interceptor and put it on a controlled sector. You can also build monoliths and orbitals. They are 10 material and 5 material each. Monoliths gives you victory points at the end of the game, and orbitals are like artificial planets where you can put resource tokens on. Another action you can take is research technology. At the beginning of the game, you take a certain amount of technology at random and put them on this board right here, and you're going to organize them according to the spots, like this. If you want to research the technology, again, take an action to research. You can research one technology with the humans. If I want to research the Gauss shield, it costs me 2 science. So I take the science, put it down to my 1, take the Gauss shield and put it on my spot according to these icons. These technologies have wide varieties, from being able to build your star bases, cannons, to making your ships go faster, to allowing you to build advanced economies or get more money, or advanced minerals. So depending on how you want to play the game, you can decide to make many researches or few, prioritize different kinds of technologies. If you prioritize one tree, then you'll start gaining victory points at the end of the game. Alright, the next action you can take is upgrade ship parts. This one is super simple. In order to upgrade your ships, you can take an action to upgrade them. You can upgrade them using your available technologies. All of these ones on these right here are available. So if you wanted to customize it, I take an action. I can put an ion cannon on my interceptor if I wanted to, and I can also take another one and put it on my cruisers if I wanted to, since I have 2 upgrades that I can make per action. You can also choose these different ones. So there's different parts to your ship. For example, the hull is how many hits it can take. I've already covered the source. The drive. Your drive increases your movement. The computer will increase the chances of hitting. Plasma cannons do 2 damage per hit. Missiles are shot before cannons. Antimatter cannons do 4 damage per hit. You've got improved hull. Your shields will increase defense, will make it harder to get hit. You got increased fusion sources, computers. The next action that you can take is to move your ships. Take an action to move your ships. You can move 3 times. Doesn't matter how many ships you move. I can move this ship twice and this ship once, or vice versa, or move this ship 3 times. If I move it 3 times, I can use the amount of drive that I have. So if I have 1 drive, I can move this ship 3 spots. If I have 3 drive, I can move this ship up to 9 hexes if I wanted to. Now let's just say this hex is explored. In order to move from here to here, this wormhole has to be connected. If it's like this, then I cannot move this ship to here. The last action you can take is called place influence discs and flip colony ships face up. So since we have not colonized this hex, we can take an action, an influence action, to place an influence disc from our player mat onto here and flip these colonies ships back. So if you wanted to colonize more spots, more than 3, then you could do that. Once you decide to pass, you can no longer take any more actions, but you can make reactions. You can upgrade, build, or move. When you take those reactions, you take an influence disc again and put it on your summary card to show that you have done that. For example, if an enemy moves an armada of ships into one of my bases after I have passed, I can react and make star bases in that area. So after the action phase, we do the combat phase. So all opposing ships that are in the same hex go into combat. First thing you do is you decide what ship and what structures have the highest initiative. In this case, the starbase is going to have the highest initiative. So that would shoot first. In the case of an initiative tie, the defender wins. So these 2 ships would shoot before this interceptor shoots. And then after those ones shoot, this interceptor shoots, and then this cruiser shoots. The interceptor, the cruiser, and the starbase all have one ion cannon. So they would roll 1 dice. The cruiser has a +1 computer, so they hit on a 5 or 6, whereas the interceptor hits on a 6. And the starbase will also hit on 5 or 6 because of the computer. We'll take 1 hit to kill the interceptor, 2 to kill the cruiser because it's a piece of hull, and 3 to kill the starbase because it has 2 hulls. So the starbase rolls first, 1 ion cannon die. He misses. So then it goes to the interceptors. They roll 2 die. So I've got 2 hits, and the player getting hit can distribute the hits how they want to. So a good strategy from this point would to take 1 damage from the interceptor and destroy it, and put 1 hit on the cruiser, so the cruiser has 1 more hit left. So now the cruiser shoots, he has 1 ion cannon. You can also choose to retreat if you want. For the sake of the battle, I'm going to show you that without retreating. So he rolls 1 dice. So the red cruiser, player 2 got a hit. The person getting shot at gets to choose where to apply that. So this guy will apply it to the starbase. And the starbase can take 2 more hits before it gets destroyed. And then the combat repeats itself. Now they get another shot. The starbase will. And it's a miss. So now the 2 interceptors roll. And they got 1 more hit. So they destroy the cruiser. So player 1 draws 3 victory tokens because they participate in the battle and they get 1 token for that. And they destroy a cruiser, so they get 2 more tokens. So they draw 3 tokens and they choose 1. And then you look at the points, and this one's highest is a 4, so they choose that one. Player 2 participate in the battle, so they get 1 token. They draw 1 and then put it on the map. The next phase of the game is Upkeep. First thing you do is you use the rest of your colony ships if you wanted to. So in this case I can flip this over, take 1 of these and put it right here. You take your income and you add it to your bank. So I go up to 6. And then you're going to pay right here. So I'm paying 5. So I'm going to go down to 1. And then you're going to do the upkeep for your science and your material. So this goes up 4, up to 5, and this goes 3. And then the last phase is cleanup. You're going to return these discs to here. And you're also going to return your colony ships and grab more technology from the bag and put it on the tech sheet. So the game continues like this for 9 rounds. You can do epic battles, you can explore the outreaches of space, you can race to the Galactic Center and build a huge army to try to destroy it. You can try to outmaneuver your enemies and take strategic locations. You can advance your technology and gain victory points by that. You win the game when you have the most victory points at the end of the 9th round. You can gain victory points by destroying ships, controlling sectors or hexes, making lots of scientific technology discoveries, making monoliths, making diplomatic relations, and making discoveries. Eclipse can be played between 2 to 6 players. It's about a half an hour per player. It's a huge, strategic, long, in-depth game. It's super intense and it's super enjoyable when you have a solid group of people that really enjoy this game. Thank you for watching our video. If you like our content, click here to subscribe. To see more board game videos, click here. And if you would like, download our free-to-play and print game right here. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below.